Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to another online Sunday school. Now this week we're going to have a short story, and it's a bit like a story that Jesus told to his disciples and some of his followers in the Bible. You can find it in Luke chapter 12, and it's all about being ready. And you might ask, being ready for what? Well, I'm sure you've heard about how Jesus was born at Christmas time and how he died at Easter time. But did you know that Jesus is going to come back? Whenever Jesus left this world, he gave his disciples a command, and that was to go around the world and to make disciples, to make more followers of Jesus. And that was the work that Jesus gave everyone to do, all of the Christians, all of the people who believe in him. That was the work that Jesus gave us to do while he's gone. Now let's watch the story. And in the story there's a master, and that master is meant to be like Jesus. And there's two servants, and those servants are meant to be people like us, people who follow Jesus. So let's watch. There once was a small house, and that house had a master. The master had two servants, and the two servants were told all the work that needed done in the house, and they did all the work for the master. One day, the master left on a journey. They gave a list of work for the servants to do while they were gone. One servant, who was a good servant, got straight to work and started doing all the jobs that needed done. There was lots to do, so they better get cracking. The good servant was happy to do the work for the master, because the servant liked the master, and the servant wanted the master to be pleased. The other servant, on the other hand, didn't really care about doing a good job. Surely there's better things I could be doing, they thought. So they did some of the jobs in the beginning, but they didn't really care about pleasing the master. Some time went by, and the master was still gone. I don't think they're coming back anytime soon, the servant thought, so maybe I'll just take a break. The other servant will get all the work done. I can just sit here and take it easy, surely. The good servant carried on, doing everything that needed done. This servant wanted to be sure that the master would be pleased that all the work was done. The other servant still didn't really care. They were happy enough to let the good servant do all the work while they just relaxed. The good servant kept going, didn't stop until everything was done. The other servant soon forgot that any work actually needed done. They were just too busy enjoying themselves. There was still washing that needed done. The floors had been swept, the dishes had been washed, but there was still more to do, so the good servant kept going. The other servant, meanwhile, not only was he not doing any work, he was even starting to make a mess. He wasn't any help at all. The good servant kept going, even with all the dirty jobs like cleaning the toilets. The other servant had fallen asleep. The next day, the master came home. The bad servant was still asleep. There was nothing this servant could do to explain themselves. They had been caught red-handed, not doing any of the work, so the master sent them away. The master had given the servant clear instructions. There was lots of work for them to do, but they didn't do any of it. They just sat around and were lazy, and let the other servant do all of the hard work. The good servant, meanwhile, had got up early and was doing the last of the jobs that needed done. The master was pleased. The master said, "Now you've earned a reward. Go take a break, and it's my turn to serve you." So what are some of the things that we should be doing while Jesus is gone? Maybe you can talk about that with your family. How can we live our lives in a way that teaches others about Jesus and makes more disciples of Jesus, makes more people want to believe and follow him? It's a really difficult thing to remember sometimes, and it's a really difficult thing to do. Adults like me and many others in our church, we keep often forgetting about the work that Jesus has asked us to do. It's important that we keep reminding each other about the work that Jesus has asked us to do. Thank you, boys and girls, for tuning in once again this week, and I hope that you've learned something, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Bye!